Hello everyone, my name is Ziamaro and welcome to Battlerite Sage. Today I'm going to do something that a lot of people have been asking for, which is some in-game analysis. I'm going to start out with one of my own games, but I'm happy to do you guys' games as well. So if you're interested in having one of your games analysed, then just publish one of your games on the Odium, and then there's a little button you can click, which will copy a link, and then just send it in the private messages on the YouTube channel, or just leave it in the comments if you want. Don't worry if it's not your best game. In fact, if there's a particular thing that you want to work on, then just let me know and we can focus on that and it'll help everybody learn. So let's kick things off with one of my games. I had a few days a week or so ago where I was playing really well. I got very close to getting champion. I was literally at like 95% of the way there, but I didn't quite make it. And over the last week or so, I've been having a little more trouble and I've dropped back down to Division 3 Diamond. So I think if anything, that's a really good opportunity to learn something from it. There are a bunch of issues that I've been having, but in particular, I want to focus on Croak because I've been having a lot of trouble playing against Croak and I've been having a lot of trouble playing with Croak. And in this particular game, there was a Croak on both sides, so that was a bit of a nightmare for me. As I said in the cooldown management video, playing against Croak is kind of a cooldown management check. So if you don't manage your cooldowns properly, he's going to punish you for it. Right, so here we are in round one. Let's have a look at this. I make a lot of mistakes here. I'll try and slow it down or pause it when stuff happens. So straight out of the gate, my team plays really aggressive, which is good. I like aggression. But here I kind of make a mistake. In an ideal world, I should have kept up with my team, but this Destiny did do a good job of zoning me. She puts her wall down on top of me and she had the root Battlerite, so me walking through the wall would have meant me getting rooted. But a big mistake I make here is I use my other side to avoid the roots and keep up with my team. In other situations, it's never the best idea, but it wouldn't have been so bad if I wasn't against a Croak. Because you normally want to save these big cooldowns for when he goes into stealth and he's about to hit you. Because the problem now is that I don't have anything to stop him stunning me. So he punishes me for that. I use my panic way too early and he predicts it really well, so he doesn't trigger it. And that's a really big problem because I now don't have my panic and I don't have my other side. And what's worse, in this particular game, I didn't have the reset on my space, so that doesn't help either. So I think I swap him here, but unfortunately that doesn't reset my panic. Unfortunately, I make the exact same mistake again and use my other side before he does his stun. Luckily, the Taya had my back, and actually this Taya played really well. We actually only ended up losing this 2-3, and I think a lot of that was down to the Taya. So here I get a really good panic, but unfortunately I broke it with damage. Against Croak, you should really leave him in the entire duration of the CC because you're just buying yourself time for your cooldowns to recover, which is really useful against Croak. I do end up using my other side here again, which is bad. The reason you want to save your big cooldowns like other side, or if you have an iframe on your space or whatever, you want to save those for when Croak is about to stun you. Because if the Croak's good, he'll probably disengage shortly after stunning anyway. And then here again, I panic and then I break it, which is bad, as I said, so don't do that. Meanwhile, as you can see, Croak was up at the top, 1v2ing two of them. He shouldn't really have been up there on his own. He does have a lot of ways to disengage, but unfortunately I was struggling with the Croak so much that I didn't even notice. Like the last time I saw him, he was on really high health, so I thought he was okay. I thought that I would just leave him to his own thing and he would come back if he needed healing. But in solo queue, you don't have that kind of communication, so I should have kept a better eye on him. I want to try and keep these analysis videos short. I think it's better to just focus on one specific area of the game, so I could show you the other rounds, but honestly, I get a little bit better. But it's just more of the same, more cooldown mismanagement. And I think what's more helpful to you guys is to take a step back, show you one round, and then tell you what should happen. So the big takeaway from this is make sure to save your big cooldowns for when he's about to stun you. Don't waste them after he's already stunned you, because you can use them later when he goes stealth again. Secondly, if you manage to CC Croak, leave him in for the full duration if you can. It's quite tempting to do some easy damage on someone when they're CC'd, but against Croak, you need all the cooldowns you can get, and by leaving him in the CC for a bit longer, you're giving your cooldowns a chance to recover. Finally, and I didn't make this mistake too much until right at the end, try to stick with your team. It's quite easy when you're playing against Croak to be so afraid of him that you end up just running back to your spawn. Try not to do that. If you have a cooldown to avoid the stun, then use that, but use it to get closer to your team. If you don't have any cooldowns, you should still try and move towards your team, because if he does stun you, he's usually going to stand still for a little bit, which means your team may be able to use some abilities on him and it may help peel him. Honestly, stealth characters are always quite difficult in any game, but try to stay calm, don't get flustered, and more than anything, make sure to use your cooldowns at the correct time. Don't just blow them for no reason. I hope you found this short analysis useful. I'm still kind of refining the way that I do this, so any feedback you have is very much welcome, and please do send in your videos as well. If you enjoyed the video, then please feel free to subscribe for more Battlerite news, discussion, and guides. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.